I was looking at a YouTube with a rapper by the name of Willie D.
Yeah, Willie D.
And Willie D said, I like Willie D.
Ghetto boy.
Ghetto, yeah. And he
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
anyway, he was on this interview with Jay Prince, and he said that he don't fear God. And I understand where you at, Willie, with that. But the thing about it is, it's not being scared like we scared of each other, Willie D. Or to anybody who's listening to this, being scared of God, it's like you know the reverence you have for your mother and father when you don't do something wrong. You know what I'm saying? But it's greater than that, because we know that God is the creator and He also owns heaven and hell. So we want to be on God's good graces. So when we're doing our thing, God bless us in it. So this is that fear, the blessing, that we don't want to lose the blessings. You know what I'm saying? That we don't want to put ourselves in a bad situation with the one who created us. So may success be all of yours. Keep your head up. Understand that there is going to be a hardship, and then there's going to be some ease. There is going to be a hardship,
Absolutely.
and then there is going to be an ease. Always keep that in mind.
Absolutely. Peace and blessings. What's happening, YouTube? My name Trucker Abdullah. If you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel
Right now.
right now. Right here, we doing better. We ain't trying to do better. And I got Amin with me, brother Amin. Brother Amin, introduce yourself.
Sound like him. I mean.
Yeah, y'all smash the thumbs up button and share this video out, cause somebody need to hear this. See, we ain't trying to do nothing. Somebody need to hear this right now. What's really happening? So, brother, I mean, what is it that your profession has been? What has been your profession?
Auto body and paint. Yeah, it's been something I've been doing since I was younger, and I started it when I was like about 19, 20.
1920.
Yeah.
Auto body painting,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. So, so me myself, I'm a returning citizen, and are you yourself also? You a returning citizen? Or?
Very much so. That's and as a matter of fact, through this format of being a returning citizen, I met you. But I met you later on. But I as a returning citizen, it's been about 16 years. Since I've been out here.
Yeah.
Been back into this society.
It's like 16 years. You hear me?
I did almost 10.
And did 10. So you did a dime, been out 16,
Yeah.
living your best life.
Best life.
Okay. Now, I was thinking about the reason why we're doing this platform, because we want to be able to show people. We want to actually have. It's a new word today. I mean, they call it social proof, right? And I think it's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of people talking about doing things, but right here, right now, we right here, right now, and we all about action. So, so I want to know when you, because it's a lot of, matter of fact, it's a lot of us who come home and we have trouble getting a job and having trouble keeping jobs, and who have trouble finding our way, and we end up finding our way back there again. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think this is important. So I would say, so how about with you, your journey? When you returned home, did you have trouble getting a job or keeping a job? Or?
Yeah, I would like to say this shit. Like you said, social proof. Everything. The proof's in the pudding. One of the things, this is not to use it as a religious platform, but to say one of the things of Islam, the religion is a practical thing. It's a practical. You got to use it. You know, if you don't use it, it don't work for you.
Right.
So one of the things the Quran says is, do works, and your works will be seen, you know, by Allah, by the believers, you know, by the, you know what I mean, the people. But anyway, it means to do something. You have to do something. So while I was in prison, I didn't want to come home to the same thing that I left. You know, like you can, but I just just give an example of something. You do 10 years and you come home, and there are people who never left the same situation that you were gone 10 years, and they didn't improve nothing.
Right.
Still on the same corner, still in the same little world, you know.
Right. Absolutely.
So here you come home and if you can come back to that,
Yeah.
or you can come home and elevate.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what happens is, I come home and it's while I'm on. Let me just go back a little bit. While I was away, I was drawing up things on how I want to improve my life. So there were people in there saying, "Man, you always drawing, you always doing this, and you always doing that." And I said, "Yeah, because when I get out of here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this."
Right. Absolutely.
So they let me go with $100
Mm-hmm.
and a bag in my hand. You know, that bag had books and stuff that I had while I was locked up, and that's all I had. You know,
You was reading when you was locked up.
reading all the time. You know,
Why you was doing that, man? That was
an elevated mind. You know, it distinguishes you from all other people. You know, knowledge distinguishes you. You know, one thing that, and I want to shoot this in here real quick. One of the things that people don't understand is, you know, Cain killed Abel,
Right.
and he killed Abel because he wasn't able.
Right.
He wasn't
He
able.
wasn't able.
Right, he wasn't able.
He wasn't able.
Exactly. See, so you have, you know, so you have this place of, you know, people that, who can't. So you have to get rid of that, you know, that thing in yourself that you can't do something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you because you can, you know. And when I was a kid, there was a guy who lived next door to me. His father, we was trying to get a nut off a rim on a bicycle, and so he said to his dad, he said, "Dad, I can't get it off." He said, and his dad looked at him. He said, "Son, don't never. You can do it." He said, "Don't never say can't." And he took it off. The father helped get it off, right? But the whole point of what I'm saying is, I took it in. He wasn't my father, but I ate that. You know what I'm saying? See, so we learn things even though it's indirect sometimes.
Right.
And so coming out of prison was really a venture, and my first thing was really trying to get the tools that it took to do what I do.
Right. So you came home. You say, well, $100 in a bag.
$100 in a bag, a laundry bag. You know, the ones with the holes.
Right. $100 in a bag. Bus ticket. What you call it, a Greyhound?
Greyhound.
Okay. So so the tools. You said about the tools.
Yeah, I didn't have a real financial base when I came home. I had nobody like family members giving me money and nothing. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't no, hey, here's 100, here, you know, here's 1,000. Nobody had none of that. So what happened was, when I was in prison, I worked with the people in Pride. I helped them do a program to help release prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
So the lady told me, she said, when you get out, you know, if you need anything, hit us up. So I did that. And so they helped me out with like $500.
Yeah.
So I took that $500 and I bought this toolbox right here.
This toolbox.
Yeah, that toolbox right there. And I bought an air compressor, and I did some stuff from home. But I had some jobs. But I'll say this here, sometimes people in probation and stuff like that, sometimes you got some people who want to get in your way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they would come to the job, and you know, there was just some people who want to just try to wreck your world. But you can't see them. You have to keep it moving. You know, but you have some people in probation who want to help you too.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's just a matter of who you have. You know, so but the thing is your own desire. And I heard you say, you know, in I think your last YouTube video, going back to jail is not an option, and it's not an option.
No, ain't no option.
You know, there's only thing is forward.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely. Positive.
So I kind of went back to what I know, you know, in terms of doing auto body and paint work, and you know, the only thing about this here business, you know, for me, is health issues, and so I try to like keep myself in a situation where, like right now, you'll probably see my vehicles in this place here, but this, you know, I pretty much work on a lot of things myself, you know, for my vehicles, but as a business, you have to kind of keep in mind that what you're struggling for, you have to know that. Can I just say this here? To anybody who want to say sell drugs and stuff like that. Any business, whether you sell drugs or not, it starts from building clientele. You can't just, you can go buy drugs right now and you go out in the street, you can't just sell them. Because
Wow.
there's other people out there selling them too.
So
you have to get into the competition.
yeah, absolutely.
So in business, it's the same thing. You have to get out there and make it work for you. You have to pull in your clientele. If you're offering something, go out there and make it happen. That's it. That's the draw right there. What you're doing, you have to go make people know that you do it. You know?
Absolutely.
One of the things that you look at, can I use some entertainment people? Like, look at Puff Daddy, right?
Right.
This guy, he was working for somebody else, but he, under the producer and all that kind of stuff, right? But what he did was he inserted himself into his artist videos,
Right.
and he got known.
Yeah, he became.
You see,
Everybody want to know who the boss is.
right. So,
Yeah.
but he became. But you can hate him all you want.
Yeah.
But he made himself who he is now by that genius little move.
Mystique.
Because had he just stayed in the backdrop, you wouldn't know about him.
Yeah.
But he inserted himself and he made it work for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He built up that mystique and he capitalized on it.
Capitalize that.
Yeah,
So you have to. I had a friend of mine in his name was Malik, and he's a sell drugs. Malik, that's not his government, so people don't that way. So only Malik can know what I'm talking about. But anyway, he came home and he tried to get back on his feet in drugs and stuff. He came home, people doing bad, so he tried to make fast money. And in the process of doing that, he got caught again. So he ran into me. When he ran into me, being locked up, he said, I told him, I said, look, man, I used to sell incense and oils back in the day. And I said, you could take the incense oil. I said, I had a spot. I left the spot, and when I came back to that spot, people were like, man, where you went? And I didn't realize I had built up a clientele, and people wanted it. But I just had to stay there, and staying there, I made money. So I told him about it, and I said, you can start out with this and get this, and that, and that. So what Malik did was, he started that. He does that to this day, and he makes money. He's got a band, and that's all he does.
So would you say that patience and self-confidence, number one, and patience in whatever it is that you want to pursue, an important thing?
It's a very important thing. You have to be real patient, because if you're not patient, you're never going to make it anyway. Patience is a product of success.
Right. Absolutely.
If you don't have patience, then success is. You can't look at other people's yard and say, "Man, I like that grass. I like that Mercedes over there while you're driving your Honda Civic." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let that guy have his Mercedes. You'll get yours in a minute.
Absolutely.
But you have to wait for your Mercedes. Don't try to speed it up.
I think too also that in today's era with social media and you got Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that, where you see everybody highlights, man, and you see everybody, they got the filters on, and
Right.
they living their best life,
Best
and then
life.
you like, man, sheesh.
Want it now.
I need, I need to get rich quick. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's a thing that's forgotten in this time zone. Patience, just having patience. The grind. Like, it used to be a thing where, like, we used to grind all fall, all summer, just for Martin Luther King Day to step out. Some brothers step out on Christmas to step out, and just having patience, just grinding, and I think that's something, because you see that in a lot where people, they'll go from job to job to job to job, when all in all, if you just really just had your game plan from the get-go, from the first job,
Right.
you had your game plan, and then you just grind it out and put that into action, then you could look back and be like, man, I done accumulated.
Can I use you as an example? See, because you came when you was locked up. I met you when you was incarcerated. You was in the work release program, and I mean, in the master year, people hooked me up with you.
Right.
And so me and you've been riding out ever since then.
Right, absolutely.
And you used to tell me why you was locked up. But you're getting your CDLs and driving and everything.
Mhm.
You know, this is like what, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So here it is. You know, you had a vision while you was locked up, just like I did. You know, while you were locked up. And so what happens is I've been watching you, man. You've been like mine. I'm like, I love this dude. You know what I'm saying? Because you exemplify, man. You exemplify.
Yeah.
After, well, no, with the difficulty, there is ease. You know, because remember, you had the probation officer try to stop you from driving trucks.
He did.
Just like I said,
Took me off the road.
see what I'm saying? So I went through that same experience.
Yeah.
So people are trying to stop you. You know, the can't people.
Yeah. Right.
The can't people. They don't. You know what I mean? So you gotta always, but you able. See, and you stayed on the grind. Look at you now.
Yeah.
Trucker Abdullah on YouTube with your own truck.
Man.
See what I'm saying? Allahu Akbar, man.
Allahu Akbar. It's definitely.
So I'm always. So you the guy. I'm like I point you out all the time to people. I say I know somebody. I seen it happen.
Man. Hey man. Yeah, I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate
Hey
that.
man, Allahu Akbar, man. You know you're my brother, man. I love you, man.
So, is there any advice that you would give to anybody, guy, girl, going through some things, trying to make that transformation? I think that's the key word. See, I heard that word before.
Transformation.
I heard that word, man. Yeah, that word kind of like really like it struck a nerve in me. You know, it was a brother. I was incarcerated. He started talking about transformation, and I was trying to figure out, man, what are you talking about transformation? I looked it up, and you know, so to go from one state to another, right? So now, anybody out there that's trying to transform or make a transformation within their life, do you have any advice for them?
Yeah. I'm gonna give this example of transformation. There's this little creature called a caterpillar. You know, it sits around and eat leaves, just keep eating leaves, you know. eating leaves. And then one day, what it does is cocoons itself, it buries itself. Goes out of existence.
Yeah.
You heard that? Out of existence. Sometimes you gotta hide yourself from the people. You gotta go do what you gotta do. You gotta get away from the can'ts. Don't hang around people trying to get your thing going. Do your thing.
Yeah.
See, in other words, I'm just saying, bury yourself for a minute
Yeah, absolutely.
in what you're doing. But then one day, that cocoon opens up and this beautiful creature comes out. That butterfly comes out, right? With all these colors. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, whoa, look at that beautiful butterfly. And that's what happens when you don't work for yours and you become this beautiful butterfly that other people are looking at. They're like, wow. See, people don't look at the work that goes into how you got what you got. They're just looking at you now. Nobody see the sweat. Nobody see, look at you, bro. You know, you got your broken nails and all that stuff. Nobody don't see all of that. Nobody don't see you studying. You know, so the thing is, always keep in mind that you can, and you are able to do whatever you want to do. Don't let nothing hold you. The only thing holding you back in life is you. It's you. There's nothing else. There's nobody else, you know, that can hold you back. You know, I was looking at a YouTube with a rapper by the name of Willie D.
Willie D.
And Willie D said, I like Willie D.
Get on board.
Yeah, and he said,
Yeah.
and anyway, he was on this interview with Jay Prince, you know, and he said that he don't fear God. And I understand where you at, Willie, with that. But the thing about it is, it's not being scared like we're scared of each other, Willie D. Or to anybody who's listening to this. Being scared of God, it's like, you know the reverence you have for your mother and father when you don't do something wrong. You know what I'm saying? But it's greater than that. Because we know that God is the creator and he also owns heaven and hell. So we want to be on God's good graces. So when we're doing our thing, God bless us in it. So this is that fear, the blessing, that we don't want to lose the blessings. You know what I'm saying? That we don't want to, put ourselves in a bad situation with the one who created us. You know, so may success be all of yours. Keep your head up. Understand that there is going to be a hardship, and then there's going to be some ease. There is going to be a hardship,
Absolutely.
and then there is going to be an ease. Always keep that in mind.
Absolutely. I just want to say, I appreciate you
Likewise.
for being a mentor to me. I remember one thing you told me. You say, brother, stay the course. You know what I'm saying? I called you one day. I was going through something. Stay the course. And, you know, I would say the advice that I'm going to give you is to stay the course. You know, and if you need a mentor or something like that, it's nothing wrong with having somebody to talk to, a mentor, somebody that can give you some good advice. And if you don't have anybody, you can find them in books. And I really believe, this brother here has very much been inspirational on my journey. And I appreciate you too for being you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, Jazakallah khair.
Oh yeah. Just on another note, real quick,
Yeah.
and I ain't really get away from what you said. You said they used to say that the only bad question is what's it called? As you should be saying, how you say it?
Bad question.
Yeah,
Not asking it.
Yeah,
all
not
the time.
asking it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you, anytime you have something that you have to ask it. Then you can never hurt yourself.
Yeah.
You know, because if you don't know something, it's hard. You know, if somebody says something and they talking to you in a sentence and they use a word and you didn't understand the word, ask them what that meant,
Yeah.
so that you can have clarity on what was said.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's all it is. And so whenever you're doing something and you stumble, always try to seek the clarity in it. You know.
Absolutely.
So that was good advice, brother. I mean, you know. So I like to thank you, Brother Abdullah, for having me on your platform. You know what I'm saying? I support you in that, man, and I'm always ride with you on it, man. And I just thank you for being my brother too. And I like to thank all y'all. I like to also you got a brother call himself Dirty Broke.
Oh, Dirty
Shout out to Dirty Broke. I know you don't know me, but this brother talks about you, and I see him. So shout out to you, Dirty Broke, and all those other truckers out there, man. I like that tag, Dirty Broke, because I know what it means. So hang in there, keep it going, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. Hit the subscribe button. Thanks for tuning in. Share this video out. And hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button and hit the thumbs up button. Trucker Abdullah, peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings.
We out.
Yeah. Thank you, brother Abdullah.
Oh man, alhamdulillah.